To Contemporary Black Voices. My name is Dr. Sharon Michael Chadwell, and along with me is author and screenwriter Professor Fred Williams and Chris Dawkins, who is a community activist and entrepreneur. Missing while in Mexico and Caribbean is New York Times bestseller Caleb Alexander. Now, today's topic is an exciting one as you will meet David Williams Jr., who is a single young Black man with no children taking action in addressing the educational needs of Black youth in his community in South Carolina. And David is also one of my doctoral mentees and about 2 months away from becoming Dr. Williams. David started Why Not Young Lives, and with the website carrying the same name in July 2020. The mission of the organization is to make an impact in the community through education, mentoring, community service, and mental health awareness. We believe if you put your mind to it, you can and will achieve your dreams. Why Not Young Lives is committed to providing educational resources and scholastic opportunities for our adolescents to understand the importance of their life. We want to inspire change in different communities around South Carolina. And with that, welcome, David, to our show. So, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. Blessed to be able to be in the presence of greatness. So I thank y'all for the opportunity.
Well, thanks for being on the show. For a couple of minutes, please tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Okay. So again, my name is David Williams Jr. I'm from Bennettsville, South Carolina. I currently stay in Orangeburg, South Carolina, and I attended South Carolina State for my bachelor's and my master's, and I'm currently a doctoral student at Liberty University, working to get my doctorate in curriculum and instruction. I currently, as well as I'm an educator in Orangeburg, South Carolina. This is going into my 9th year, and I have moved from teaching 5th grade math and science to working with Avid at a charter school in Orangeburg, South Carolina.
Okay.
And yes, ma'am.
So, I noticed that you and your father are working together in this
Yes.
organization. Can you describe the pivotal moment in which you decided to start this program?
Yes. So 3 years ago, I was working on bringing a free summer program to my alma mater, South Carolina State University, and COVID hit. So I didn't want to be at home during the summer of COVID, not doing anything, because typically every summer I was a part of some type of program giving back to the community. So just sitting on the couch one day, I was just like, okay, I can't go the rest of the summer not doing anything. So I said, I have to do something. So thought of the name, Why Not Young Lives? And it's based off a mentoring program I had at my school called Why Not Wednesday. And one of my friends also had a mentoring program called Young Lives Matter. So we just combined the names and we just tried to figure out over the course of that COVID year, what could we do to bring change to the community? And with my father, he's always been the person to give back to the community. He's a retired Army veteran. And to this day, he still weekly gives out, cooks meals and gives it out to the community, makes gift bags to give out to the community. If anybody has events, he's always donating something or contributing something to ensuring that those programs or organizations have what they need. So just growing up and seeing that, I always said that I wanted to be a reflection of him because I do bear his name. He's senior, I'm junior. So that was one thing I've always said, that when I'm able to get to a point in life where I can give back, I was going to do my best to give back as much as possible.
Okay. You know, when I looked at your website, I was impressed with the fact that you had a mental health component.
Yes.
So, how did you bring that together, especially with the kids being exposed to a lot more than we probably want them to see on
Right.
social media?
Right. Okay. So one of our core values is mental health awareness. And we know right now, especially in the past couple of years, how trying the world has been, from COVID to just our kids being in that age group where they are being peer pressure to do things that they're not supposed to do. So what we do with our program is every Monday we have a mental health quote, and our quotes are not just for adults, they're for kids as well. And that gives them a chance to just, okay, like, you can and will achieve anything you put your mind to. Just because all your friends may not agree with it doesn't mean you don't have to do that. So just one of those things that we do with our summer program is that every day we do have like a moment of silence where we tell them to inhale all that positivity and exhale all the negativity, peer pressure, bullying, things of that nature, because we do know that social media is taking over our kids' lives right now. TikTok, airdropping things to each other they probably shouldn't be airdropping. So our goal is just to ensure that we try to make that change, let them know that the way that some kids are going does not make it same for you. Just because your older cousin or somebody in your family went this route does not mean you have to go that route. Our goal is to ensure that we can expose our kids to things that they aren't typically exposed to in a regular school setting, whether it's us taking them out to the park, whether it's taking them to the basketball court, but just to get them out. Because some kids, our goal is to give them as much as we can when they're in our space, because when they leave our space to go home, we really don't know what they're going back to. So when they're in our space, our goal is to continuously give them and pour into them what they need to succeed. So we were starting now a monthly mentoring group, like the second, third Saturday each month. We will have kids from the community to come in. We'll have speakers. We'll have a breakout session with the females to go with the lady or the female of the hour, as well as the males going with the male of the hour. Then we'll come back in and do a big group session as well. But we're just trying to give them more avenues and resources to make the best decisions that they can.
Okay. My partner over here, Chris Dawkins, has a question for you.
Okay.
David,
Yes,
first
yes.
of all, thank you for being here. And I would like you to tell your father thank you for his service. And he sounds like a very special man.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Please tell me about the ethnic makeup of the community in which you live, and then the
Yes.
ethnic makeup of the program that you're doing.
Yes. So we are from a rural background. So we do have a lot of kids that are African American that are a part of the program, as well as a part of the school system that I'm in. So for where school I was at, we had about 97, 98% African Americans at my school. So with the program, it's open to everybody, but the majority of our kids are African Americans. So our goal is just to ensure with them that we can pour into them and show them that they are positive role models in the community that look just like them. Because we know that some of our kids, they don't have the best role models in their lives at right now at this moment, especially during the summertime. Like, our goal during the summer is just to try to help them avoid that summer learning gap, that summer learning loss. And we know summertime, you're home by yourself, parents are working still. So some of these kids are out doing things they shouldn't be doing. So for us, with that rural background area, I know I came from a rural background as well, from my hometown, just trying to be that light and that sponge. Like, look, if I was able to make it out, as some people try to say, oh, you made it out, but I was able to overcome those stereotypes. Like, you're a black male, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't go to school. So I'm like, I'm trying to set that path for them as well. Like, going back to get my doctorate, nobody in my family has one. So just trying to be that path blazer and trailblazer for the kids behind me, that you can do these things at a younger age than what people expect you to do it at. So
David, let me ask you one other question.
Yes, sir.
Being in a state like South Carolina, the community in which you're in,
Yes.
how is education and the mentorship that you're doing with your program, how is that working? As we look at America as being attacked by whites toward blacks all over, and especially from an education standpoint. So I'm wondering, is there any different where you are, or how is that impacting you?
Yeah, so the education system here is, they are Title I funded programs. Here we don't have the top-notch resources, but us being educators, our goal is to try to turn a penny to a nickel to a quarter to a dollar. Our goal is to just try to do with what we do have and to think outside the box. So I feel like with us, especially from my standpoint, with being an educator in America right now, we are going through a rough patch where, teachers feel they're not equally paid. We feel like we don't have a lot of resources. And that's kind of sort of what my dissertation is based on, like why cannot we not keep Black males in education? Because, you know, it's only 2% of us. It's only 2% right now in the United States that are Black male educators. So being able to try to be that pipeline to ensure that we can retain our teachers and to gain more teachers into the community, into our community of educators, that's one thing that I continuously try to hit on. That, okay, just because look at the bright side, I'm not doing education just for the money, but I see the impact that I'm making with these kids that's worth more than money. So just trying to be one of those pioneers to ensure that I know where we're coming from, I know the background that we have, but we have to make the best and give our kids the best on a daily basis, whether they know it or not. They may not know what's going on in the school system, but our goal is to ensure that we try to give them that light to make them get the best experience possible every day they come into that classroom.
That's great.
Okay, we got a couple more things. David, I've got one more question.
Okay.
Can you discuss that scholarship program?
Yes. Yes. So I started with my nonprofit, a scholarship, and it's in honor of my best friend. My best friend was killed by gun violence at 19. So ever since that day, I always said, growing up, we always said how we want to give back to our community back home. So the scholarship is in honor of my best friend, Anthony Liddell, and it's just to try to ensure and to give that incoming freshman hope that, okay, just because you're coming from this background does not mean you cannot turn into the person that you want to be. And when I gave the scholarship out this past year, I told them, your friends may not agree with you. Your best friend, your brother, sister may not agree with you. But if you got to take that leap of faith and trust your gut and trust God. And I always try to do that. And one of the sayings that he always did was God first. So with it being our third year having this scholarship program, it's just been very beneficial just to see the kids sending applications in, being able to go back to my alma mater, my high school, to pour into the kids and give out a scholarship, as well as give seniors little care packages, whether it's just something simple as school supplies or maybe toiletry items, laundry detergent. But I know going to school how it was my freshman year, trying to piece things together, moving in, not having certain essential items, or not even having fellow classmates didn't have certain essential items. So on top of the scholarship, we do a freshman incoming challenge where we do give about 15 to 20 care packages to incoming freshmen that maybe didn't get the scholarship, but we still want to give them something. So that's a chance for them maybe to get pillows, school supply. I asked them, what exactly do you need? Flash drives, things that we don't think is beneficial until they start those classes. Like, oh man, like I could have used that notebook. I could have used that binder. Just things that they could already have that they don't have to try to go pick and rumble around and try to find. But I try to ensure that with our nonprofit that we try to give the kids that are a part of it, as well as other kids in the community of South Carolina, a chance to be able to be prepared for that first week, first month of their first year of college. So the scholarship has been very beneficial, and I look forward to continuing the scholarship and to add more recipients to the scholarship. This year we did one. Yeah, this year we had one recipient. My goal next year is to have at least 2 or 3. So just being able to just pour into those kids is something that I will never take for granted with this scholarship.
All righty, David. You got an A, and we want to thank you for being on the program with us. And with that being said, anybody who wants to donate to the program, please go to the website, whynotyounglives.com, and you can make donations to the program in general, as well as to the scholarship. And again, David, we want to thank you for being on Contemporary Black Voices.
Thank you so much.
Later.
All right. Thank y'all. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye.